As the weather gets absolutely perfect, I know so many runners who are so excited about this change in the weather, but we want to talk about running healthy, especially ahead of the Baltimore Running Festival coming up very soon. So a lot of folks are doing a lot of training right now. Jason Kaplan is joining me here today from Milestone Sports, and I'm so glad you're here because this is really the weather. I'm sure you felt it this morning. Did you run this morning?
I ran yesterday morning.
You ran yesterday morning. Okay, so you still have a run ahead of you today. But I mean, it's like the perfect weekend to get out there.
Exactly. It's really
so
great.
What do we do to run healthy in terms of our shoes, for instance?
Sure. So in the fall, a lot of people are ramping up their mileage to run a marathon like the Baltimore Running Festival. And they think about all kinds of how do I run safely, but they don't think enough about their shoes. And so one of the things that we're really focused on is how do you know when to replace your shoe, because your shoe performance changes over time.
Yep.
And so if we can show this chart here, this is a chart that we show that talks about rate of impact. When your foot strikes the ground, you get a certain amount of impact on your body.
Wow.
And over the course of a life of a shoe, if you
all
look
these
here,
little dots are different impacts, right?
This is one of our users, one of our customers who uses our device to track his rate of impact, the Milestone Pod, and you can see it stays very flat until right when he gets to 300 miles, and then boom, the rate of impact goes up dramatically.
I mean, it's a huge spike after that red line, and that's miles is where the red line hits.
Exactly, and that's for him. For somebody else, it might be 350 or it might be 400 miles. It really depends on the runner.
Okay.
And one of the other interesting things is if you actually look at your shoe, a lot of people say, oh, I just look at my shoe and I know when to replace it. But this is a shoe that I put 260 miles on.
That's so incredible.
This is a brand new shoe I just bought yesterday.
And they look almost the same.
And they look almost the same.
You keep your shoes very clean, sir.
I cleaned it up a little bit for the show today.
But that's a great, I mean, it's a great point, though. You can't tell just by looking at it if your shoe is ready to be replaced.
That's exactly right. And so it's nice to have a device. And again, our device is the Milestone Pod, but there's others out there that allow you to track the miles and to show how hard you're striking so you know when to replace the shoe.
You also talk, here's some video of the Milestone Pod. So it's just this little thing that goes on your shoelaces.
That's correct.
Very cool. So it registers all kinds of things, too.
That's right. We help you track how many miles you have on the shoe, the rate of impact, your foot strike. One of the other important things about a shoe, there's all kinds of different shoes, and it's important to get them fit properly.
Yeah.
So there's some great stores around the Baltimore area to do that, because sometimes some people run and they strike on their heel, sometimes they strike on their midfoot, and often they don't actually know. And so our device will tell you that and make sure you're in the right shoe along with the guidance that you get from the retailer.
That's terrific. So whether you're a new runner or an old veteran runner, some great information. Milestone Sports. Jason Kaplan, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Get out there today.
I will.
You're going to run today? How many miles are you going to do?
5 or 6.
Oh, just 5 or 6.
Just 5 or 6.
You know, I was saying if I run to the studio right now, I start coughing. So there will be no running in my future today. But thanks for being here this morning.
Thank you very much for having us.